Okay, students, this is chapter number 1, cell structure and cell organization. Today we are going to cover the following topics. We will see some specialized cells, including them is xylem vessel, the root hair cell, and we will go through their structural adaptations and functions. We will also see that how these specialized cells join together to form tissues, organ and organ system. Let's start with xylem vessel first. What are xylem vessel actually? These are tubular structures as you can see in the diagram. But if you see that there is no cross wall between them, there is no cross slits between them, it's a hollow continuous tube. In the diagram, if you see that there are only walls, these cell walls are having no partition in between them. All the cells are joined together. They are making a continuous hollow tube. This xylem vessel is actually responsible for the transportation of water from root hair cell to the upper parts of the plant, for instance stem and leaves. When the water is moving from roots to the upper parts, the xylem vessel facilitate this transportation by preventing any hindrance or obstruction between them. If you see that water is moving without any obstruction or hindrance in a continuous file. They are hollow capillary like tubular vessels that have no protoplasm and no cross wall. If you remember from our previous lecture what protoplasm means, protoplasm is the living matter of cell consisting of cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. So when I say that xylem vessel do not have protoplasm, it means that they do not have cytoplasm, they do not have nucleus, they do not have cell membrane. So when they don't have cytoplasm, obviously there will be no organelles. So what is actually present is only cell wall. And what cell wall is having is a special strengthening material called lignin. I have written here that lignin is deposited on xylem vessel walls. What does it do? It strengthens the walls. The walls are strengthened because of it. It prevents the collapse of the vessel, hence provide mechanical support to the plant. Mechanical support is provided by lignin, which is deposited on the cell walls of xylem vessels. So what we saw were the structural adaptations of xylem vessel, that these have no cross walls or cross slits. It does not have protoplasm, means no nucleus, no cytoplasm, no cell membrane. And what's the last structural adaptation? That it is having lignin, a strengthening material on the cell walls which prevents the collapse of the vessel and provide mechanical support to the plant. How this structure is related to function? It's an important question in your past paper, that you have to relate the structure with the function. So when you say it does not have cross walls or protoplasm, it means that it allows the transportation of water from roots to the upper parts of the plant or to stem or leaves without any hindrance or without any obstruction. The hollow continuous lumen or hollow continuous tube-like structure facilitate the transportation of water and mineral salts from roots to the upper parts of the plant without any obstruction or hindrance. What is the next structural adaptation is the presence of lignin. How you would connect this adaptation to the function? Lignin is deposited, hence providing mechanical support to the plant. That's the function of this lignin being deposited on the cell walls. Now the position of xylem. Xylem is located in the center of stem or at the peripheral area of the center of the roots and peripheral areas of the stem. So this position of xylem vessel provides support to stem and roots. I am repeating again, xylem is located at the center of roots and near the peripheral position in stem. Both of these locations are actually helping the stem and roots. Mechanical support is provided by xylem vessel. What's the function? We have discussed already that xylem vessels transport water and dissolved mineral salts from roots to the stem and leaves of the plant, and they provide mechanical support to the plant. This is another diagram to help you understand the function of xylem vessel. You can see water molecules moving from root to the stem without any hindrance. The blue dots are being shown to you, showing you the water molecules. These water molecules are lifted upwards because of the two forces called adhesion and cohesion. I will explain this mechanism in your later chapters. For now, just remember the adaptation, the structural adaptation of xylem vessel and their function. Next point is of root hair cell. First, you have to understand that root hair cell is a adaptation of a normal plant cell. Whatever you have read about plant cell applies on root hair cell also, but there is a slight modification here, slight structural change here. What is that change? It is the presence of this long protrusion or long extension. If you can see the diagram, the plant cell is just like any other plant cell in its structural things, like it has the same organelles. It will have cell membrane, cell wall, it will have all other organelles, but there is a slight structural adaptation which is very useful for root hair cells, and that is that it has grown a extension, a grown protrusion is there, which is actually increasing the surface area. More the surface area, more would be the absorption of water and ions or mineral salts. Water is taken up by root hair cell by osmosis, and mineral ions are taken up by diffusion and active transport. All these three processes like osmosis, active transport and diffusion will be discussed in your next chapter. For now, just remember the structural adaptation of root hair cell, which is the presence of long protrusion or long extension in order to increase the surface area. More the surface area, more would be the absorption of water and mineral ions. I have given you the functions and structure of root hair cell. Now we will see how water is being taken up by these root hair cells and how it is transported to xylem vessel. Okay, if you see here soil particles and the water molecules which are surrounding the soil particles, obviously water would be more in soil compared to plant. Always remember that water moves from higher water potential to lower water potential, or you can say from the area of higher water potential to the area of lower water potential. This is called osmosis. Let me complete the definition of osmosis for you. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from higher water potential to lower water potential through a partially permeable membrane. Partially permeable membrane is the cell membrane. So water from soil is moving into the root hair cell. This movement is indicated by these black arrows, that water is moving from the soil into the root hair cell by osmosis. Or if you have to describe this transportation, you can say that since water was more in the soil, water moves from higher to lower water potential because soil had more water compared to root hair cell. Through a partially permeable membranes means that there is osmosis involved. So now when the water is here in the root hair cell, it will be more compared to the next cell. So water will move from root hair cell to the next cell. Now this cell has more water potential compared to the next one. So water will move from this cell to the next, and similarly to all the adjacent cells. All this is because of osmosis, that water was moving from higher to lower water potential through partially permeable membrane. This will happen till water will reach xylem vessel. Now this xylem vessel have to conduct water or transport water uphill against the gravity. This will be done by different other mechanisms that you don't need to know now. They will be discussed in your chapters coming ahead. This water will move from the roots to the upper parts of the plant's stem or leaves by xylem vessel. We have learned about the xylem vessel structure adaptation, that if you see in the diagram, it's a hollow continuous tube allowing the water movement without any obstruction and hindrance. The walls are deposited by lignin, a strengthening material which helps the plant to be supported and to stay on its place, prevents the collapse of these vessels. Okay, now we have to see how these specialized cells group together to form tissues, and how these tissues combine to form organs, and how organs combine to form organ system. Remember that tissues are of two types. If the similar cells join together or group together, they will form simple tissues. For example, epithelium. Epithelium is the layer of your body internally and externally. The external surfaces of your body are covered by epithelium. So if you think closely, what is covering our external body is your skin. So skin is actually a simple tissue, is an example of simple tissue. The small part of it would be called as simple tissue, but when these tissues will combine, they will form your skin. Skin is an organ made up of simple tissues called epithelium. Similarly, the plant body is covered by epidermis. Muscles tissue are present in animals. Glandular tissue, nervous tissues are also present in animals. Phloem, cambium and xylem are present in plants. Complex tissues will be formed when different kind of cells group together. Example of complex tissues are connective tissue. And when these tissues combine, they form organs. There are many examples of organs. If you want to look in animal body, there is stomach, liver, kidneys and many other. On the other hand, in plants, leaves, roots, stems and flowers are the example of organ. When organ combine, they form organ system, for example, digestive system, respiratory system, and these system together will form an organism. This is one of the example of this level of organization in plants. If you see that this is a root hair cell, which is the adaptation of a common, normal, generalized plant cell. This is a plant cell, and some of the plant cell have grown an extension or a protrusion to increase the surface area. This group of cells will be named as tissues. When many tissues will combine, they form organ, which is roots. Organ combine to form system, which are going to be discussed in later chapters. These vascular bundles make up transport system in plants, xylem and phloem together. Again, don't get confused with the names if you don't know them from your previous knowledge. I will explain all of them in our later chapters. For now, just remember examples of cells, tissues, organ system and organisms. This is an example of level of organization in animals. If you see, it's a muscle cell. It has the ability to contract and relax. When muscle cells combine, they form muscle tissues. Your heart is made up of cardiac tissue, which is an example of muscle tissue. Cardiac muscle are formed by combination of muscle cells. Heart lies in your blood circulatory system, and many systems would combine to form an organism.